From the mysterious world of Hyrule, a randomized force has been sent out and now being broadcasted directly to the comfort of your home as we say good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to today's ALTTPR daily race here on Speed Gaming number 1. Today we have ourselves a standard seed. There's no joke. There's no jokes involved. We have Marty, Pecan, Chloe Prower, and Orange for our 4 featured renders, and I'm Professor Render. Joining me in the group and the commentary booth is my co-com, Leslie Pro 4. How you doing today?
Doing pretty well. Hello to everyone out there. Let's have some fun with the randomizer today, and we are getting underway shortly.
Yeah, this will be a standard seed, so we will go through the escape sequence, rescue Zelda, and drop her off at the sanctuary, and then we will see these runners go all over Hyrule, looking for those items, get into go mode, and kill Ganon and beat the seed, as we've seen thus far in the League with Cross Keys, Mystery, Ambrosia, and open mode the past couple of weeks there.
All I'm going to say about Cross Keys, watching it makes my head hurt.
That is true.
That's
oh boy!
new.
What a start! We're underway here.
Oh my goodness, I was not expecting that. We do have a map check with a Red Crystal Eastern, Crystal Hera, Pennant Desert. Oh, good lord.
Oh, yeah, as if we kind of, so if we're not aware of today's, a specific day and, we changed everything, I think, I want to hope everything's not, like, everything all blah blah blah, because that was good, and we get a Kane Samari for our starting weapon.
I'd say they got the better cane to start with, because you can actually use it to farm for bombs. You can't do that, really, with Cane of Burna.
Yeah, and you have a lot of magic to work with, too. Opposed to the Fire Rod, where you have at least 8 shots in it. You got plenty of shots, you got plenty of blocks to work with. Also a very broken item. Like, let's just straight up, it's a very broken item.
Yeah, the most broken in the game in terms of just being flat-out game-breaking. I'm not kidding when I say that.
Of course, yeah, because there's 2 glitches that were recently discovered through the Cane of Samaria that were approved by the Racing Council. We'll obviously won't see it like now, but we will see it eventually if one of these runners decides to go there. We find 10 bombs in the first chest of escape.
Well, we'll take that, because now we don't have to farm.
Yeah, that's the best stuff that you can find here, those 10 bombs, those Uncle Bombs. So, no farming for you today, and just pure block madness.
And 3 we don't need. Too bad this wasn't Twilight Princess, because that game would have you put them back, because they wouldn't fit. Save them for later, I guess? I don't know.
Alright, Orange and Mikan both neck and neck to each other as they approach the Zelda cell.
Okay, that guard kill was rather clever. I would have grabbed 2 pots myself, but that works too. Oh, hey, game, thanks for the bomb drop. Except we already got bombs, so...
Yeah, the Uncle Bombs pretty much just said, okay, here, if you want bomb drops, we'll give you all the bomb drops you want. And of course, you have the cane to work with, so good luck. And oh god, if Ganon starts going blah 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 as well, then I'm gonna just go loony.
I'm wondering if that's gonna happen. Or if they try to talk to Sahasrara instead of Green Pen and Hit, we get the Blahs.
Yeah, because today's a specific day that's about pranking people.
Yep. But we're being PG about it.
Of course, yeah, of course. Alright, Orange. Heading towards the Dark Cross chest. This will have the Dark Cross key by logic. Chloe having a slight frame lead towards over on Orange's side. There's the Dark Cross key that we need because we didn't find the Dark Cross key in the front. Okay, so Chloe Power will be the first one to get these three this three chests back in the bag of escape. Those yield us a mushroom, the
I see
map,
a fake powder scenario.
Yeah, the hammer and the the mushroom right away. That's fake powder ready to go for these runners.
Just have to drain your magic, which with Cane of Samaria isn't very quick, but still doable. Although it would be nicer to find something that does it quicker, like, say, one of the rods.
And Chloe gets the sub 6 escape. It's the most optimal time to get out of the escape at that point.
No lumberjack check from Chloe, straight to the Lost Woods. Some runners will route the lumberjack check in with that, myself included.
Yeah, this is the opening that I tend to do anyway. And Marty looks like wanting to go over to Lumberjack as well. And the Lost Woods, the mushroom spots, helping 20 rupees.
And 20 rupees down the hole in the forest.
And our Lumberjack check from Marty yields a piece of heart.
I wasn't sure what that was. That was a bit unclear to me, but that's definitely not required, whatever it was.
Chloe has entered Kakariko Village. And we starts off with the Blind's Hut, the most generic start that you can possibly do in any old randomizer seed. Go under to Kakariko. Very item dense at the very start of the game. We get the Moon Pearl, 20 rupees. A Power Cup for Area of Dark World access.
Yeah,
And
Dark World access within 8 minutes. Okay, game. I sense it. Well, that's a bow. Okay, game. You've got me questioning what the catch is already, and we're barely even 9 minutes in.
Yeah, the bow's already opened up. You could sequence break the back of back of Eastern, sequence break the big key chest. If you have the fire rod, then if the big key is not in the big key chest, then you can just logically clear out Eastern Palace.
Titan's mitts? Oh my goodness, both gloves early? What is this, version 18? Oh, and we already got a sword.
Ironic, since we had a version 18 seed not too long ago. There's a little throwback, a literal link to the past.
Yep. Now, Chloe does not have enough money for Bottle Vendor. That could be costly.
Seeing that we have so far, Mikan's gonna go and check that out. Just 3 bombs, so Chloe's is safe.
Hook shot in the chicken coop.
Yeah, this is all the hallmarkings of a very strong start. Of course, there's always that possibility that there's that one item just hanging out there, just waiting to be found. And it takes like quite a while to do it, but I'm not wishing that on the worst enemies.
Yeah, Mycon's already head into the Dark World. Didn't get the hook shot, unfortunately, but we do know that our other 5/6 is Misery Mire, with our remaining pendants being Thieves Town and Turtle Rock. Didn't see which one was green, though. I do believe Orange is going for the fake powder, as is Chloe.
This is fine. You can fake powder, and the way fake powder works is that the mushroom and the powder occupy the same spot, and if you use the cane while at the same time as you run out of magic, and switch to the mushroom, the game just assumes that you're powdering anyway, and you'll be able to check the magic bags out of logic.
5 rupees. The setup was there, but the reward was not great.
It's early on, so it's not like it's not the end of the world as Marty opts to not go for it. And checking out the library.
Ooh, that's a lamp. We're gonna find boots at some point before Ganon's Tower, naturally.
Yeah, for sure, especially with Misery Mire being that one of those crystals, because the dark room in that is not fun to play. It's not fun whatsoever. I refuse to. It's that room. Doing that dark room is just is tricky.
Mycon coming up with one of the rods. I did not see it very clearly as to whether it was fire or ice.
From my looking at the actual rod itself, it looks like to be the fire rod.
And Mycon says, "I'm good." Takes a death to get out.
Marty opting to go to the village of Outcasts, and Orange is looking to go over to Eastern and just hopefully just. So he's not gonna have the information about the Dark World. Green pendant on Turtle Rock, and the Thieves Town being the other pendant. Okay, so here's the more important question: does Sahasralas go blah if he does? Okay, so Orange not gonna go and check it. I would like to assume that he does.
Got half magic from Sahasrala's closet, so that'll be very helpful. Meanwhile, we've already got ourselves hammer pegs, and that's 50 rupees, but it's early enough where Mycon's just gonna pick those up anyway.
Yeah, it's fair to pick it up this early on, as 12 minutes in, you're already finding yourself into hammer pegs. Very respectable. The brewery only having 20 rupees, and Orange electing to go into Eastern Palace along with Chloe Prower, and Marty gonna head into Thieves Town, gonna get the fire rod, he's going forward to the chess game, that's fair. Which has a piece of heart. Oh, Mikon did tech to an NPC and got blahs. Okay, so it looks like any and all NPCs, including I think Sahasrara and Ganon, will say blah. So, oh boy.
That's gonna be something to look forward to. As for the stun prize, that looks to be a 5 rupee stun prize. I can see a few situations where you could make use of that, but not too many. Like, here's one for Mekon. Now I got it right. The digging game. He was 10 rupees short. Did the stun prize twice. Now it's fine.
Yeah, knowing what the stun prize is can actually help you out in situations where you're short on rupees for something, and you know what the stun prize is, and just you can get enough rupees to at least get that back. And Mekon finding a shield from out of the digging game and opting to stay in for a little bit longer just to farm up some rupees. There's that big key, so Eastern Palace is in logic, the back of Eastern Palace.
Looks like Mekon's also gonna go for Mirrorless Smith Chain. This is an interesting play, because if it works out, that could be huge.
Yeah, we're still early on the scene. We're just about reaching 15 minutes. So, Mekon can do quite a lot. It's gonna do Stumpy, route in Hype Cave, route up to, I would imagine route up to the Pyramid Ledge and up to Catfish, then Mirror, or at least not Mirror, Save and Quit, then drop off the Smith.
And then probably get the chicken coop that was missed earlier, because that's got his hook shot.
Yeah, you'll be in the area by then, so that'll be fine. So, gonna go route it over to Hype Cave. That's the fair play. That's makes sense if you're doing mirrorless Smith Chain here. And the second item looks like to be a piece of heart, and Hype Cave starting out with 20 rupees. Then we have a Book of Adora, a heart container, 5 rupees, and 300 rupees. So that already opens up Desert Palace, Pendant Desert Palace. Ether Tablet is available because we do have a hookshot and the hammer, and at 16 minutes and 7 seconds, Chloe has drawn first blood, getting the first crystal of the seed.
Meanwhile, Orange has deployed a bee, and it's the good one, is the good bee putting in work. Uh-oh, it's thrown off the timing of the shot for the arrow. That could be problematic.
Yeah, that good bee is a nice weapon to have. It's also good for saving up, for getting at least 100 rupee, getting some good rewards out of it, out of the bottle vendor. If you are a little short on rupees and you still have a bee in a bottle ready to go. We did have, so that bee in a bottle, we know that Sick Kid will be in play.
Oh, that could have been a disaster for Orange, because after that thrown off shot, they wound up losing the positioning of the Igor and almost took a death because of it. So, good be in air quotes in this instance.
And Chloe is opting to go up towards Death Mountain, going to sequence break the old man cave, just so that he can get up the mountain. We still need to find the boots to make that in logic, or flutes. There's a master star hanging out on Old Man. And Mekon checking out the catfish. Just some bombs.
Now comes the next part of the sequence I'm curious about, turning in the blacksmith.
And he'll do that as Orange starts the Arbos fight, starting to quick kill, getting it.
Uh-oh.
Well, just a little too slow there, but it's good enough. There's a little bit of sword slash. It takes a little bit, but that will get the map for Orange, and that will be his first crystal.
Yeah, what happened is 6 arrows were fired to the right instead of 5, so that threw off the cycle just a little bit.
Yeah, he's also completely depleted of his arrows, and Chloe didn't find much on top of Spectacle Cave or inside Spectacle Cave or Spectacle Rock. And Chloe heading over to Paradox Cave, Beacon getting ready for the fake powder.
Reward for that is Blue Boomerang, often called Best Boomerang by some. Ooh, we got bombos.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I think that gets now recently more overshadowed by the Magic Boomerang because of splash deletion. But that even gets overshadowed by Kane because of all the glitches that we recently discovered.
We might see some of those sooner rather than later. Oh, there's the boots in Paradox Cave and the mirror. I would be led to believe that based off of that, the flute would have to be available somewhere.
Yeah, that by logic, the flute would have been required. So, with that, because we did sequence break up there, and we know a lamp the lamp's on the library, so by logic, the flute has to be like somewhere close by.
Not so fast, though. This is also a check of the Turtle Rock teleporter. And it's Quake for Turtle Rock, and Agina had 300 rupees.
So what is? Oh, what is? Oh,
Yeah. Mekon! Mekon doing this on purpose. What?
So it's not my imagination. So it wasn't.
This is brilliant, and I love it.
Yes, this is probably the best April Fool's joke I have ever witnessed ever.
It's amongst my favorites, I'll say that much.
Oh, this is good. Okay, Chloe heading for Hookshot Cave. Find the flippers. Oh boy.
Whew. What an afternoon, and we're barely even getting started, folks.
Yeah, buckle up because we're going on quite an adventure. Chloe heading towards Tower of Hera. And Beacon heading over to the eastern area. He can clear this in logic because of the fire rod. Big key in the first 2 chests, so we are going to be able to go up the mountain, or Chloe, of course, can just... Oh, come on!
Oh, come on, Sahasrahla, you're being a spoil sport up in here!
I mean, let's be honest, if Sahasrahla was going into blob mode, that would have been completely useless. Or blah 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 blah. Green pennant is green pennant location. Orange getting that flute. Wait, Orange got the flute, huh? Where did he get that?
I did not see it because I was too busy paying attention, but either way, Orange has got the goose loose, Mallard and Pallard, the duck is running amok, and we totally didn't see it coming. Oh, it's mini Moldorm Cave. That means Marty's about to grab it.
Yeah, Chloe now is on the Moldorm fight, and this is pretty big for Marty because that brings everything back into logic. This will, of course, by us for us. This will bring everything back into logic. So logically, you gotta get the flute to go up the mountain, and get the Master Sword, Boots, Beer, and the flippers. Orange taking a death on the mountain. That's just not. I mean, that's not the worst death imaginable in my opinion. It's just a minor inconvenience for that death.
Yeah, there are far worse deaths that can be taken in this game. Believe me on that.
In before Ice Palace. Anyway, Chloe onto Spiral Cave with the boots in hand. This will be pretty quick. Marty activating the float. Beacon going through Eastern Palace.
But what we're seeing right now just highlights the importance of being thorough on your opening sphere checks. Because this one just gave so many different options. As a runner, it would be great and all, but the real question becomes, where do you start?
Yeah, this is because a lot has been open. A lot was opened up in like not even in a half an hour, and this is very interesting too because I mean, you got a lot of stuff to do. Everything's pretty much opened up for you. Uh, in the case of Chloe Prower, still has to get the flute out of Mini Moldorm Cave. We'll still eventually get the fire rod, I would imagine, out of Thieves Town.
You know, it might have just dawned on me, maybe this is just me being a bit of a slowpoke, but I think we're already in no mode, and we're not even 26 minutes in. Well, we're depending on what the required pendant is, or rather medallion is, to get into Mire, but we're basically in no mode barring that.
Yeah, this is kind of wild. Also, Chloe picked up Blue Mail within the Bonk Rocks.
That's
and Orange.
Considering our health situation, that's a really good find.
Yeah, because we have quite a lot on our hands so far. I mean, because we got every single for the most part every single major item, and we're still kind of looking, and we're still waiting for for either one of the runners to go over to Meyer and just figure out what that Bombos medallion is, because we already know we have the Fire Rod in Thieves Town. We already have the cane from our starting game, and yeah, this is pretty quick.
Yeah, like this is reminding me of that one seed where Gem pulled a sub-hour off last tournament, I want to say. It's got a very similar vibe to that. We can see some really low times from this seed, potentially.
For sure, and Chloe Prower is opting to go into Skullwoods. So Chloe will have to double dip this because there's no Fire Rod, but that's fine. Chloe will be in the area of Village of Outcasts, so this won't be too much of a bad feeling. Mekon finishing off the Eastern Palace play and going over to get that first crystal. Orange in Hookshot Cave gonna get the flute.
You mean the flippers?
The flippers, yeah. I'm getting that too confused. I mean, we need the flute anyway to get those flippers to begin with.
Unless you decided to say no to logic.
Yeah, the early game is pretty much the defining point of the seed. This is quick.
Nice bomb jump by Chloe to get over to the big key chest. It's just a small key though, but that's gonna work out just fine.
Yeah, we'll let him go over to this chest here, getting the Tempered Sword.
Ooh, that's our second and final item out of Skull Woods. Considering we have yet to see silvers, if we don't, now it's not a big deal. Because Tempered Sword is the way to go for gaining, because Silverless Master Sword is like about, I want to say 3.5 to 5 minutes. Tempered Sword really cuts into that.
Definitely, and it's pretty much required by the logic to at least for the advanced logic, expects you to know Silverless Ganon in order to at least complete the seed. Basic logic will assume that you need to find the silver arrows, or you already have the silver arrows coming into the Ganon fight. Chloe Prower heading over to Graveyard Ledge while Marty starts to climb up Tower of Hera. Orange getting a Hera pot.
Using buffer strats, I might add.
Yeah, this is the strat that I tend to do, is those pause buffer strats with the menu for that little visual cue. Okay, so Chloe heading over to the Village of Outcasts area while Beacon going through Pod.
I was wondering when someone was going to make their way over here. If for nothing more than morbid curiosity as to what was here. Oh no, Orange gets trolled on.
I mean, so Orange did drop down hit the switch, so he will be able to have some hearts in the pool. The one thing, though, is that once you use those hearts up, that's pretty much all you get to work with.
Unless you fall down to the fairy room, and that's even more time, but to be fair, it's even more of a time to... Even the hit tiles are going blah, blah, blah. That might be the best use I've seen out of those in some time, I'm not gonna lie.
That is actually... That's... Yeah, like we know hint tiles. We don't turn on hints ever since version 31 lets you toggle hints on or off. Chloe gained the Fire Rod, and Marty going to check out the Ether Tablet, and just a piece of heart.
Chloe's got the Fire Rod, making the call to leave Thieves Town, which, for how this seed has played out, unless the Ether Medallion is required and it's buried in Thieves Town, is going to be the right call today.
For sure. And we already have one medallion, so that's the one thing to consider when you're playing out the sea. It's just there's still the possibility of Ether and Quake, either Ether or Quake, having to be your medallions that locks off Misery Myra, and we'll have to wait and look around for that Bombos medallion. But still, we're still in Shredder's no mode, because we've been in it for quite a while at this point because of those early items that we've gotten. Orange can get the lamp off of the library.
Well, a lamp shouldn't be in a library to begin with, because that's quite the fire hazard. Just saying.
Yeah, you're probably going to recreate Toto's Africa if you do that. The music video, to be precise.
So the Dark Basement having a map as well as some rupees. Now, Mikon's doing this without the lamp, so here's the thing for Pod. The Fire Rod puts Dark Basement in logic. It does not put Dark Cross into logic, and Kadongos do quite a bit of damage So you gotta be careful here, and Mikan not having Bombos means this won't be easy.
Oh no, it's honestly I got this dark room like twice in a row in the seats I played thus far, and it's actually not that difficult if you have like the Samaria, or you have like a sword that guides you the way.
Even so, you gotta be careful not to take too much damage, because with Mirror, you're not gonna... Oh, wait a minute. Does Mikan not have Mirror? If that's the case, then you gotta set up a Death Warp and all this mess, too.
Yeah, this is yeah, because since Mikan has not went up the mountain yet, he's willing to do it. Okay, Marty is going to check out the Ether or the Meyer Medallion requirements, and it will be Bombos. Okay, we're actually in go mode.
Actually, that means Marty is in go mode.
Yeah, at 34 minutes and like 35 seconds, Marty's in go mode. This is a really fast go mode. What in the actual heck? Also, Chloe found the Quake Medallion, and that will probably lead him to Turtle Rock, but
that could potentially be bait. Chess is being left behind. Don't be alarmed, folks. This is all part of the plan. Once Chloe mirrors, you'll see what I'm getting at here, because when you do mirror, you still have that chest for a few frames. This is how we're able to deliver purple chests slightly faster than dragging it behind us.
Yeah, the game never clears the flag up until at least about 2 or so frames afterwards. So if you mirror in front of the purple chest guy, it just gives you the item because it assumes that you still had the purple chest from the initial time when the flag was set.
Oh, the things we take advantage of in this seed, in this game. But it is what makes it so much fun. I think Marty's going to start cleaning up right here and now, starting with Pod. I don't recall where the big key was, however.
Yeah, I don't know either. I wasn't really paying attention to Mikan when he was going through his pod play. But I was gonna say though, the game's been out for 30 years. We're playing the Japanese 1.0 version of the game, which is the initial one before we got it a year later in 1992. And we're still finding glitches to this very day. Like, for the biggest example here is Icebreaker and Diver Down that was recently discovered. Those let you clip through, at least skip major parts of a lot of the dungeons. You have Ice Palace with Icebreaker. It skips you a good majority. If you hit the switch, then you're pretty much just gonna head straight to Coast Air and you're good to go. With Diver Down, you can skip having to not flood the key and flood the key, and then you can still get the key for left side swamp, and you can also avoid the third water switch, and saves you a bit of time for watching the animation of the water draining.
I've got to see that at some point. Meanwhile, Mikan takes out Helmasaur King and Chloe Prower. Finally! The goose is unloose. The mallard is impaled. The duck is amok. And, which translated today is blah. Orange taking on Mothula.
Chloe
it's a longer fight using Master Sword and Fire Rod, but it is done. And Mothula has the compass. Chloe making the play, going into Mire. I expect this to be a rather quick Mire, to be honest. Just a big key and go, because this is like this is like an old school go mode where it's quick, and I love it.
Yeah, this is really quick. It like, yeah, Chloe not wasting any time, seeing the opportunity. Chloe decides to hop on it and go into Oh, Orange does not have the book, so he can't check Pet. But even that, Pet was still dead. Like, Pet was dead, but like from the very start, from the senior field, it felt like.
Yeah, like the only thing remotely worthwhile at Pedestal would be like a sword or silver arrows at this point. But in all honesty, nobody's going for it. Unless they're challenging themselves to do all dungeons, which I could kind of see it. Oh, hey, it's a Quickmire.
Yeah, it's a Godmire. Chloe is gonna keep on going. As if the scene wasn't already quick enough.
Mikan's got the flute now. So now... oh boy. I don't know if Orange is gonna check the pop prison chest or not. It would be great if they did, but understandable if they didn't. The unfortunate thing... Oh, yep, okay. I think Orange is gonna be glad that they took this detour, because this detour is gonna get him a sword upgrade.
Yeah, this is great for Orange. This is really good for Orange. In fact, like finding that key will, finding that key will let him go over to the pinball room and get him the gold tempered sword. And the reason why we say that now is that in version 31, the guaranteed guaranteed small key that was originally in version 30 was taken out and no longer is required, so to speak. Or wait, it was in the it was in the prison room. Yeah, the gift is.
Yeah, the pinball room small key is basically no longer required. Now here's the thing. They tried doing this in another previous version of the randomizer, but it didn't work out the way they wanted it to, so they reverted the change. What's different between then and now is that this time they found a way to make the change work, so now that change is in for good, I would be led to believe.
Yeah, and they pretty much, you will still get a small key there.
Uh-oh.
This will be a little bit tricky as Chloe is running low on hearts here.
This has got the potential to get dicey in a hurry, and the way that lightning moves is RNG. You could be standing in what seems like a good spot, and it'll still find a way to hit you.
But that is eventually is down for Chloe Power, and that will be the third crystal to Chloe Power's name.
Don't blink, folks. The rest of the seed's gonna be mighty quick from here, as it's all crystals. Like, I'm just looking to see where our runners could go from here. As Marty is probably going to be the only one of our featured runners that's going to mirror from here and deal with Eastern, which in terms of routing, extremely optimal. Doesn't get much more optimal than that. And then fluting away.
Yeah, and Mikan is going to head over to Paradox Cave and Dark Death Mountain. This will, barring... Oh no, there's a sword here. There's a sword here. So, this will put him in go mode eventually.
Yeah, he's got to bring the old man up the mountain, though.
Yeah, this... Because Mikan has not gone on the having to rescue the old man. Orange, turning in that mushroom. I like the use of the beer bonk here, which this will actually make the check towards the witch a lot quicker than it is just scroll the screen off and having to come back and scroll the screen again. All right, Chloe into Ice Palace. He stopped at the potion shop to get some blue potions. That makes tons of sense because you're working with 7 hearts, and it's not fun. Now,
yeah, this is gonna be the tough part of this seed. So now I figured out what the catch to this seed is. Gives you all the items in front of you if you make the right turns, but the catch is you gotta do it on sub-low percent health, and that that's dicey. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, don't turn away. Chloe is setting up for up to get the switch out of the way. Get the switch so that way he can clear Cold Stare really quickly. So what he's trying to do, he's trying to clip himself 1 pixel into the wall, and then by pressing down and pressing the Samari at the same time, you buffer 1 frame to the 1 sword, like 1 input to the left, and then you hold down, or down or up. I think just down. Typically it's down. Then you will clip through the barrier.
Not quite. And more applause from Mikon! And King Zora decides to go, blah! Here's a piece of heart. And Chloe's clipped through to the other side.
Very nicely done for Chloe Prower. That is that icebreaker. That is a recently unbanned glitch, so taking advantage of the chance while Chloe Prower is ahead. So it's going to stop a little bit to find... Okay, she's going to get the small key, which is fair. Stealing that small key so that doesn't have to go looking for it a little bit later on. Orange is going to find out that he's in go mode.
Mikon's gonna read all the tiles, isn't he?
I would imagine, yeah. This is gonna be like the biggest one. If I would imagine at this point too, Ganon will be going blah because there's no doubt in my mind that like Ganon doesn't really have much to say that's important, such like except for the Silver Arrow location, and that's it.
Eastern's done for Marty. I believe with Pod done, that's gonna be 2 crystals there at least.
Yes, that will be 2 crystals, and Chloe Power drops down into the Cold Stare fight. And the Cold Stares will still do tons of damage on just blue mail alone. Red mail is workable, but oh boy, yeah, this is what I mean.
Oh my, that got real dicey in a hurry, and that's a shovel to bury the boss's remains.
Yeah, not like that was a really stylish kill for Chloe Prower, getting that 4th crystal. So I would put my bets on Swamp, then Pod, then Skull, or Skull, then Swamp, then Pod, because Skull is a really quick dungeon to get through.
It is, and if Marty makes the same stop that Chloe and Orange made, they'll have Tempered Sword on their way out of here.
Yeah, and Mikon will still have to find the still have to chop off the old man to his little cave to get the Master Sword. So Mikon will be because Mikon is still looking for checks, which is fair because you're still looking for that Master Sword, or like for a Master Sword for Mikon. Chloe gonna open up the floodgates to enter Swamp Palace. Marty heading towards the back of Skull Woods, while Orange is getting ready for the Vitreous fight. Just gonna get through a couple more rooms, and that will be the Vitreous fight for Orange. Alright, Chloe opted to go to Swamp Palace and Pod, but this is fair. Skull Woods, you can get out of the way. Skull Woods, you can get out of the way if it's like, if I was riding a Skull Woods to get out of the way, then Swamp and Pod. But this is still fair too. Skull Woods, you can put it Skull as last and still be okay because it's, like I said, a really quick dungeon.
No!
And Orange had, I saw Orange was trying to get to drink that red potion just to save himself, but a little too late there. This is one of the more...
No. You hate... The cringe in my voice says it all. You hate to see that happen.
Yeah, it's tough because, especially with the fact that Orange and pretty much everyone else except for Chloe is on green mail. And Chloe's the only one with that mail upgrade, which this is going to give Chloe a lot of safeties here coming up here. Chloe is going to do the diver down. This is the other glitch that was unbanned a couple weeks ago. Going to use the bomb strategy, which is fair. I have nothing against it at all. It's a good quick route, except from the original Samaria one-frame buffer route. It's a lot more clean, a lot more free, in my opinion.
That looked easier than I thought it would be, honestly. What I want to know is this: how tight's the window? What's the tighter window, the cane or the bomb?
I would imagine the cane because of that one frame buffer you gotta do. But it's still free if you know how to do it. But like, that's the one that was pretty much the reason why we. It was a lot of debate as to whether or not this one unbanned because of it alone. But Chloe enters the Argus fight, and we'll talk a bit about that too. The reason why that kind of works is that you're clipping yourself into the railing of Swamp Palace in the third water switch, or at least for the flooded chests. So that way you can at least get the flooded chests and get that out of the way if you're not in go mode. Or if you're in go mode, you can just skip, save a lot of time there. And Chloe taking out Argus as I finish that statement.
Now, the one thing I'm trying to think of in my mind, and this goes more towards the NMG side of the community, how much time would Diver Down save in an NMG run?
From what I remember hearing, it was something around 7 or 8 seconds. I might be wrong about that. Because you have to first of all get push the statue onto the switch. Then you gotta go through that one room with the red barry. Then you gotta drop the switch that drains the water that lets you get to the waterfall chest and go to kill Argus.
So, Big Chest Swamp Palace had the magic cape. Mikan's still looking for that sword, I might add.
And Mikan elected to go and just leave Diver Down alone. And okay, so Chloe is going to be finishing up Pod here, currently up to 5 crystals. This will be really quick. Like I mentioned, this will be Chloe's first dive into there so he'll still have to look for that big key. But still, this is really quick.
Yeah, it's a real treat to see seeds go this quick. I will be brutally honest when I say that. Because normally seeds take in the range of 90 minutes to 2 hours, give or take. This one is going to see a number of very good times by the time it's all said and done.
For sure, and On that too, as we're about to approach the, I would say, 55-minute mark, these runners are really, really good, and they're getting their names out there. You can almost like 4 out of a pretty big pool of runners in the background running alongside these 4, and it'd be very nice if you gave both of them a nice hearty follow. This is they're getting their name out there, and our trackers for today is Ednar and WinFox470, and I'm Professor Render, and my co-com is LesliePro04. If you want to watch a bit more randomizer, the ALTTPR League is still going on. Definitely want to check that out. There's Cross Keys Week, and if you can follow it, then my hat's off to you. I can't follow Cross Keys to save my life, but yeah, definitely give the Speed Gaming channels a follow once we'll get the information out as soon as we're done here.
Yeah, I think the closest thing I do to Cross Keys in my time is Earthbound Ancient Cave Rando, which is a door shuffle, yes, but with rooms sectioned off between 9 floors. I find that to just be a little more manageable, but that's just me.
Okay, Marty has entered the Argus fight while Orange is about to fight Cold Stare. Mikan heading back into Swamp Palace. Gonna read that hint tile.
I swear, at this point, he's doing that for the memes. And I love it.
Yeah, this is... I would not be surprised if, like, Mikan, the reason why Mikan doing it is because of today's date. Chloe Prower about to head up to the dark basement of Pod, and Mikan will find out that he's almost in go mode, still looking for a sword, but he is almost in go mode.
Orange gets the shovel from Cold Stare. We're getting our first look at Mire Shed here, which has a piece of heart and 20 rupees. So in terms of health, Mikan's actually got the best health bar right now.
Yeah, this is actually pretty interesting too. I mean, of course, Mikan is still on like green mail, but with 11 hearts, it's a lot more comfortable for Mikan.
Yeah, I'd say around 10, 11's a good comfort zone. After that, I gotta ask the game, okay, what's going on here? Because you know Randomizer's gonna rando.
Of course, yeah. Mikan getting the lamp, and Chloe eliminating the Helmus Arcane. And at this point, we're about to at least have a sub-hour GT, because Skullwise is really quick. Or sub-hour like 7 crystals. I don't know about sub-hour GT entry, but sub-hour 7 crystals.
Mikan, unfortunately, those NPCs aren't gonna say anything.
Yeah, all that Witch does inside the shop that is replaced by, I think, her name was Honey, correct? In the remake?
I couldn't tell you. I never kept track of those names.
I think it's Honey, but in the GBA port at least. So like that only just gives you refills, and the witch will only say something to you if you don't turn the mushroom.
Yes, I think Mikan missed some blast. Now Marty is going old school with Ice Palace Bomb Jump. Not sure if Marty knows Icebreaker or not. I know I haven't practiced it, so in that instance, this would be the way to go. Either way.
Yeah, because it's quite a lot of time. It's a lot of precise movements, in my opinion, and the way that the Icebreaker works is that you essentially extend your door state. when you're going through a door, you can hit left or right if you're going through a vertical door, or up or down when you're going through a horizontal door, and that will automatically make you go through that door up until the point where you are actually moving in the direction you're intending to go from that door. And through some manipulation with how doors work, when you're in a door, there's a couple things that first of all, you can't use your sword. You cannot use your sword. You cannot use any weapon or any Y items. But you're able to. But you're able to, if you're tricking the game and then to like getting yourself into a door stage just so you can get the automatic movement through some clever placement in the way that you clip yourself into that wall in an ice palace that gets the big key. It actually takes you. You're extending the door stage past that barrier, so that way you can pass through it and get yourself to that big key. Well, okay, Chloe has now got 7 crystals at sub hour, and let's all right, let's just go for it. Let's play a game here. Inside Guinness Tower, there are 22 locations where the big key could potentially be. From 1 to 22, get your guesses in chat where you think that big key might be. I'm gonna go. All right, let's just make it quick here because SC wasn't already quick enough. Let's go 3.
Going with 8. Unfortunately, Marty taking a death I did not see where, though. It was in ice. Oh, dear.
Yeah, it looked like it was from. It looked like to be from Colstair. Yeah, Chaskaferia is Colstair.
Oh, boy. That's one you really hate to see.
And at this point, we have now reached the 1 hour mark. This is very crazy because like you've already done. You're already in going up GT, and you're only an hour in. This is how fast the C could potentially be if the stars line up just right.
Nikon doing a fighter sword vitreous fight. This is not for the faint of heart.
Alright, Chloe is about to enter GT. All guesses will close as soon as Chloe enters GT fully. And with the 7 crystals in hand, and the ladder descends from the tower, 21 chests in the torch separates Chloe Power from getting the big key and completing this seed. It's really fast seed. Let's do this. Going to the right side. Or to the left side, brother. Only 50 rupees on top of Bob's torch here. Number 1. Going to go full left, looks like. Might go for Dark Magician as well. Going to Stalfos room, chest 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 2 is the big key.
Wow! You wanted fast, folks. You got your wish and then some, and hey, there's a 4th sword and magic powder. We really are.
Now. It actually hurts for Beacon because there's that sword in GT means that he has to find a sword from. He has to get that sword from the old man or Skull Woods in order to complete the seed. And the closest guess from 2 was Herzl with number 3. Congratulations, you've won the game. Also, Ice Rod in Waterfall Ferry.
We're not going to need that today, though. I see what Mikan's doing. Some folks don't buy the bomb upgrades. which is what you do in the vanilla game anyway. We still have a way of speeding it up in Randomizer, but the reason for that is they also give you refills. And that is precisely why Mikan purchased them.
Yeah, and oh gosh, even more Blas.
Yeah, there's gonna be even more in this dungeon, I might add, because there's like 3 hint tiles.
Yeah, 3 irons and 3 hints. 3 hint tiles. Chloe gonna have to watch it a bit. He's on 1.5 hearts. Does not want to die on the gauntlet here. Ooh. Okay, it's gonna pop that red potion, which is fair. Does not want to waste that blue potion when Chloe has full magic here. Now, if the bug net was found close by, then obviously we would have access to fairies that we can catch, but we never found it. So, up to Lambo 2 with 8 hearts in hand. And these go down pretty quickly with that gold star. Just 2 slashes and you're good to go. All right, getting ready for one of my favorite rooms in the entirety of the game, Wizards 1 and 2. Probably the best room in the entire game. It's the most satisfying and the most trivial of the bunch. Like, watch this, Wizard 2. Very satisfying once you know how to get it done. It's actually not that difficult in my opinion, because it's just you put the Samari bar to the left of you, explode it as soon as it comes up to the first that wizard robe, then hold up right, and then then slash that sword on the final wizard robe, and you're clearing out that wizard robe 2 room. That bonk
Chloe is gonna have to do the cycle again.
Yeah, the bonk has made him run out of time. Okay, I was getting a little nervous there because it's possible to despawn all the sprites in GT if that jingle goes off at the same time you climb up the stairs, and it's never a good feeling to have that happen. And what I mean by when I despawn all the sprites, it also includes Moldorm 2, and if you know how to hover, Aga 2 as well, so you're forced to mirror out and climb the tower all over again. Alright, Moldorm 2 has been taken down, and all is left to do is kill Aga 2 and Ganon. Obviously, Chloe has a gold sword and just a bow and blue mail, but it's good enough. Alright,
Actually, Chap's got a good point. How many Blas is Ganon gonna say? All of them, I think. Boy.
Yeah, this is gonna be really. This will be fun if my guess is correct about the Blas in this special edition of ALTTPR. Chloe not getting not a lot of good patterns here.
Yeah,
that's almost a triple.
Yeah, this is a trolley pattern. Ooh, got a good double to finish that off. And Chloe's giving him the business.
Yeah, this is okay. So now I was off to fight Ganon here. I was following the bat. That's great. Marty using bomb strats on Vitreous, while Orange enters the Helmasar King fight. And Mikan heading back into Skull Woods. Hopefully he remembers to get the sword here. Now, the good news is that he will find a sword.
Oh no, Marty got run down.
Oh boy! Oh no!
It's all the blood!
I figured it was gonna happen. I told you. I told you.
Oh, it definitely was coming. Oh my goodness. This was absolutely worth being a part of.
It was 27 blahs. Someone in chat points out. Oh boy. Oh, on to phase 3. And I would imagine you'll still get the Silver Heroes hint, because it's a very pertinent hint here.
Unfortunately, Marty took a second death. Yep, Turtle Rock, yeah, we're not going there today. This is an Ocarina of Time. We don't need those arrows to beat you.
Yeah, and this will be very quick here, and ooh. Getting torch, so he gets torch glitch, so that's fair. Running on 4 hearts here. Still very treacherous because, of course, we're running on 8 hearts. Chloe is the lowest of the bunch too. Like Mario's running on 10, Mikon running on 11, and Orange running on 12 as he's on his way over to the Ganon fight, or up to GT at least. Oh right, I just realized that even then you still I think it doesn't really matter because like you'll find the sword anyway when he's going to GT, but it'll be Master Sword Silverless, and it's not a good fight. So
yeah, not a fun time. Would not recommend for anyone.
yeah, but that's the game here. Get your GGs in chat for Chloe Power, and all he has to do to finish out the race here is cross a 1x3 bridge, and he will be done with the seed as a whole, and he is going to do so in first place on the restream with official SRL time of 1:10:09. In second place, go for second place overall. Oh come on, really?
Personal best, I might add. But winning the race overall, Bonta, that with a race PB of their own, a 107.50. I knew there would be some fast times at the top of this one.
Definitely, yeah. With a seed this quick, it's. Oh no!
Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me right now?
It's even in the epilogue. Even in the epilogue. Oh god!
Goodness. What in the world? Whose idea was this, I have to ask?
The brilliant minds who developed the ALTTPR, I would imagine, like it's like they do great stuff. They made this ROM hack so that you guys can at least have a good time here, and Chloe's gonna is in the interview booth with us, so we'll get him up in a bit.
Marty having an absolutely tough time against Vitreous, taking another death to the boss.
Hello, Chloe Power.
Hiyo, GG's. Hello.
GG's. This seed, I don't know what's more impressive about it, the fact that it was a jet seed or all the blah.
Oh, it was April Fool's. Here's a personal best.
I think it was an April Fool's joke. Arguably the best April Fool's joke thus far. I think this is probably the best April Fool's joke out of any April Fool's I've taken part in.
Oh my god, everything I did at the start felt stacked. Zach Rico had literally everything. Here's Mit's hammer and hook shot and go figure out what to do from here and bow. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna sequence break Brown, because that sounds like a great idea. Which I guess is what led me to the flute, because it's like, oh well, flute can't be mirror locked, it can't be flippers locked, it can't be lamp locked, it can't be boots locked. Oh, what a nutty seed.
Yeah, it's an appropriately nutty seed for a seed that's hidden on falls on April Fool's Day. Like, ugh.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like, I'm going into it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have go mode is Myra Medallion is one that I have. And I'm like, this is crazy. I had like 37, 38-minute go mode.
Okay, we're coming up to the very end of the epilogue here, so I wanna see what happens. I think the credits will probably stay the same. I wouldn't be surprised if it stays the same, but if it does change, then okay, that's it. I've had enough. Like, this is good. I really love this so much. I thought it was just a Discord thing, and if it is on the pedestal,
I'm pretty sure if the book was taken to the pedestal, we would have had the same thing, all the blahs. Because this scene really was all the blahs.
And this is great. Oh, this is great. And I wouldn't be surprised if the credits just stay the same, though. If it is, then I'm gonna die. Okay, if that's fair. Alright, okay, the credits stay the same. That's fair. That's fine. Can't obviously change the credits. Like, why would you?
Well,
I mean,
to answer
they can
chat,
change
we have
credits.
no idea what pedestal is because nobody took the book there. And I'm pretty sure if someone took the book there, the line would be blah. Would have been all the blahs. Marty's just absolutely hit a wall with this Ventrius fight.
Yeah, opting to leave there.
Yeah, health-wise, the seed did not give you a lot of hearts. Especially if you didn't, go to the wrong spot.
And we do have one more finisher, Plasma Kappa in third with a time of 1:12:20, and the usual send help comment. Well, we'll send all the blahs instead.
Orange finishing off Moldorm 2, and the Moldorm 2 chest just having another heart container, which is nice.
If all the seeds gen today say that, I actually have an idea for later that I'm gonna do in my own time. It's gonna be hilarious.
I'm probably gonna Gen a seed because Gen a seed just at least keep one and keep playing over and over because I don't care because I just want to use my own blah seed. Or okay, I'll generate 10 seeds. Yeah, let's do 100.
Do mystery seeds today.
Alright, Orange, defeating Naga 2, onto the Ganon fight while Beacon is closing in on Orange, and is going to finish off Moldorm 2 here in just a bit, as Orange is dropping down into the Ganon fights, and Mikon has finished off Moldorm 2.
Did Mikan not check the other chests with the Ganon's big key? No, they got
He
They
did
got
get a
powder.
sword from there. Looking a little dicey for Orange there, so I don't usually go for that strat anyway. I don't know how to do the poke strats. On to phase 3.
220 menu. I knew this was a fast seed.
almost sub 100 collection rate. That is really good.
That's insane. The lowest collection rate I've ever had in my own personal time was a seed that was 99. And that's a rarity in itself.
Exactly, yeah. I've never seen a seed where it was. I've never seen a seed where, or at least played a seed that was a really low collection rate, like below 100.
My previous personal best was a bird seed that had a 97 collection rate.
97? Jeez.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Look, these low collection rate seeds are ridiculous, and this is the first time I've seen one this low in a number of months.
Yeah, this is good. And Mikan starts the Master Sword serverless fights over on his side. Marty just looking for, I would presume, some safeties. Gonna get mirror bonds there, but there goes again for Orange. Get your GGs in chat for him, and we'll get the official time from him as Orange will finish second place on the restream. An official SRL time of 1:19:26, good enough for 6th place overall, improving the personal best by 15 minutes and 27 seconds. And just before that, we had Ink Nun in 5th place of a time of 1:17:27, and Koride in 4th place of a time of 1:16:21, and improving the personal best by 11 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yeah, congrats on the GGs, and Orange didn't just break through to the sub-90 club. Kicked the door down into the sub-80 club as well, all in one shot. Holy smokes.
Hello, Orange. GG's to you.
GG.
GG's, Orange. First off, your thoughts on this seed, because this one was insane. In a good way.
I have to say, the money to get into pod being my go mode is perhaps the silliest go mode I've ever had.
Oh, I had the same issue. I'm glad that Argus dropped a 50 because I would have been 4.
No, I had to go into Hype Cave to get my money.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and we were in no mode for like a good majority of the time, like around the 26-minute mark, and then like it all came together when we found out that Bombus was required for Misery Mire, and that pretty much solidified the Jet seed right then and there. And oh man, not only was this admittedly a blah seed because blah 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 blah, but this seed was really quick, and Marty's still having troubles in Misery Mire.
Oh, did he die to Biddy too?
Multiple times.
Multiple.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but this scene was admittedly great in all the good ways, and this is one of the scenes that pretty much said, like, okay, you're gonna get ourselves a sub 130, whether you like it or not. So, there you go.
I gotta say, being afraid to go into Dark World with only a fighter sword and 4 hearts really paid off.
Oh, did it ever?
I agree. It was daunting to think of doing mod at 3 hearts. It's like, this isn't hard. I didn't sign up for this.
I was so tempted to, but then I found the flute. I was like, no, I can go full clear to mountain. I'm gonna go do Hera.
I mean, kind of humping about a few more spins, I would imagine, on Master Sword serverless.
I mean, at least I had butter at the end.
Yeah, the swords were pretty fair to find. We had one pretty early on. We had one in just the very early Kakarikos. We had the one up on Old Man, and get your GGs in chat for Mekon. You'll be finishing the seed on 3rd place of the restream. Official time coming up pretty soon. And we also had one in Skullblades and then one in GT. That was what Mekon was looking for this entire time. And he will be finishing 3rd on the restream with an official SRL time of 1:23:08, and that's good for 7 plays overall, just behind Orange.
Nice. GG's.
And Marty is going to try again on that Vitreous fight. Hello, Mekon and GG.
Hey.
GG's, Mekon.
Yo,
Did you have to read every single hint tile
Oh, hell yeah.
for all the blahs?
Of course I did. Dude,
Of
there's
course.
one I forgot to do, in fact. Hold on, there's one I really wanted to do, but my routing never took me there. Hold on, I'm just gonna like restart my emulator, and we're gonna go do that one while everyone's still here.
Yes. More blahs. Get me more blahs.
Oh, I never saved the old man. That's right. Hold on.
That would have been your tempered sword, by
Oh
the way.
crap! That figures.
Oh,
No, dude, I haven't saved
I was
and
about
quit
to
since
say-
getting the boots. I don't have my boots because I didn't let the game save.
I was about to say, one of those swords was in the way. They said that you got the Ganon's Tower.
Oh no, Marty.
What did you miss?
Yikes. And I think right there, that was the cue. I think that was the cue there. He's done, I would imagine.
I don't blame him. That losing that many times to the same boss would frustrate any runner.
Yeah, that's it. He's elected to forfeit the race.
Can't
Aw,
say I
dang.
blame him, because that would drive just about anybody to say, to heck with it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, just give it to me.
It actually wasn't nearly as many as I thought it was going to be. But no, that was fun. I don't usually go from... If I get Dark World access in Kakariko, I will like never go straight into the Dark World like I did. The routing was kind of fun, but of course that wasn't the right option because everything was on Death Mountain. And that flute down in Mini Moldorm Cave that I got super late was kind of hiding everything.
Oh no, this is a long.
That's epic right there!
Oh wait, was I really that far behind?
Oh my gosh.
It's the one with the storyteller. Oh. Oh no.
Oh my goodness. You know what? You can make a highlight. You know what? Speed Gaming staff could probably make a highlight reel of all the blahs and all the laughing that we've done from this. And just put that up on YouTube or something. Just
I
to
hope-
show how silly we are at
I hope-
times.
I
But
hope
hey, we
you-
need a laugh at this time, if you
Yeah.
ask me.
I hope you like
Yes.
read every single one of them out loud to everyone.
I'm
Don't-
gonna
you
watch
did
it
not.
back to make sure they did.
You did not. Please tell me you did.
Chloe, did you really have to name your file that? Come on.
Yes. I bopped you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, any final thoughts on the seed before we wrap up this quite an amusing daily?
Well, I can't imagine. Did anyone else have a sword go mode? Because that was pretty fun.
My go mode was the money to get into pod.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's a new one for me, I have to admit.
Mine was the flute.
What the flute? What the heck?
I never went
How
to
long
Sulphur.
did you put off Mini Boldorp Cave?
I went to Sulphur after doing Purple Chest.
It was pretty easy, I think, to sequence break up Death Mountain. Everything was up there, and you had access to it, so that makes a little bit of sense.
I did. I went to.
got my
I think I
flute.
went to Eastern, then I did Death Mountain, and then just walked
Yeah.
through Mini Boulder eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. I
Yeah,
did
I
the Mount myself.
prioritized the Spear 1 stuff looking for safeties before committing to Dark World, but then I found Flute. I was like, okay, I'll do Death Mountain instead.
Oh, there's everything.
Okay, so GG's to every one of you, and I got the schedule up for right now. At 5 p.m. Here on Speed Game number 1, we have a Super Metroid multi-category tournament match, and then we also have one on Speed Gaming 2 about an hour after that. Along with on Speed Gaming number 4, we have the Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer Spring Tournament match. This will be a fun one. I've been shadowing it. It's pretty good. And at 6:10, we will continue on with the rest of today's ALTTPR League matches, starting off with 16-bit versus Pug Trio, Ecker versus Andy. This will be quite a hype match, I would say.
Oh gosh, yes, will it ever?
Yeah, and then on Speed Game number 5, we have 8 p.m. Metroid Prime 2 Randomizer Tournament, along with the another match of Super Metroid multi-category tournament on Speed Game number 2. And then we have, alongside that too, we have at 10 p.m. a Zelda 1 Randomizer weekly race. And then...
Yeah, I just want to interject real quick and mention that this is going to be a very special edition of the Zelda 1 Randomizer, as it is the April Fool's Day race. So it'll be interesting to see what that entails.
I want to bet there's more blahs. Please tell me there's more blahs.
I don't know about that, but all I know is they got something cooked up.
And then after that we also have and Speed Game number 6, the last of today's Super Metroid multi-category races, alongside with Mario Kart 64 on Speed Game number 4, Mario Kart 64 Grand Prix, no skips, Haddock versus Andy. Definitely want to watch that too. Very excited for that one. Probably not the Andy that you're familiar with, but Andy will. I mean, of course, we have that Andy that we know. Probably there's another Andy that's playing Mario Kart 64, but still. But if you want to watch all those, definitely follow the Speed Gaming 2 through 6, along with our multilingual channels, Portuguese, Dutch, French, and Spanish. Of course, follow the runners, very talented runners, and definitely put on quite a show, especially for Mekon over here.
Blah.
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 Goopo. I mean, blah.
And then we have our trackers, Ednar and WinFox 470. Definitely give them a follow too. And I'm Professor Renderer. My co-commentator was Leslie Pro 04. Give us a follow as well. And until then, may all your seeds be blah, and we'll see you all later.
One last thing before we get out of here. Special shout-outs to the Synac for being part of the team that set this up. GG's, this was a heck of a lot of fun. Take care, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Take it easy.